Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I want to do something a little different. I want to do a little bit of a TBR cart update. I have some new prompts, some prompts I want to take out, and a couple books that I want to remove, and then some new ones I want to put in. I have been kind of adding books as I've gotten them over the last few months, but I realized there's a few books I don't want on here right now, and there's a few more books that I do want on here that I don't have room for, so we're going to do a little bit of rearranging. First up, I'm going to be adding some new cards in. So if you saw my intro, you probably know that I have these old Care Bear cards. They were just regular playing cards, and then I've made them into prompt cards. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to show you my new ones. I'm going to share the rest of them that I have and take some out. Also, I would like your opinion. I have quite a few cards here now. I mean, there'll be a few less after I take a few out, but I'm wondering if I just, use half one month and pick from that half, and then use the other half the next month and pick from there. I'm not actually sure how I should do that, but anyway, here's the new prompts. This one actually originally I had made. This is a Holly pick, so Holly from Lovely Day with Holly. I originally wanted her to do this, or have her own card, but then I was filming on my phone and I didn't know how that would work. But now I got a camera, so instead of her picking a book for me every month by default, when this card comes up, she'll pick a book for me. Then most of these other prompts were her idea, because she just texted me a bunch of cool ideas. Although I'm realizing I totally glued some of them upside down. That was a fail on my part this time. Okay, so the first one, thrifted. Prior to like 6 months ago, when I bought a ton of books from Book Outlet, pretty much all my books were thrifted, but now I would say it's probably like 50-50. Oh, and then she suggested Canadian, I think maybe she suggested set in Canada or Canadian author. I don't remember which one, but I'm going to have this one as either or, because I don't think I have very many books that are by Canadian authors or set in Canada, so that will work for that. Then, because my husband's been working from home lately, I decided to add in a husband pick. I don't know how long he'll be working from home, but while he is, this card will be in there as an option. Then we have lowest rated, so I do have all the books on my TBR cart into Goodreads, and so I will look through there and find the lowest rated one. Then I've got female author. I feel like actually the majority of my books have female authors already as it is, but there's that one. Maybe I should make a male author prompt too. And then illustrated cover. So those were Holly's ideas there. Then the ones that I currently have, I'm gonna go through them, and then if I come across any that I want to take out, then we'll do that. So I have nonfiction. I'm kind of like cringe every time this one comes up, but it's a really good one. Then I have most recent, which refers to my most recent purchase. Creepy, which to me is like mystery, thriller, anything that falls in that category. Okay, then I have audiobook. I'm actually going to take this one out because sometimes when I pick a book off my cart, I want to do it on audio anyway, and so I don't know. Sometimes I do audiobooks, but I don't really want that as a prompt, at least for now. Random number. This one is really good because I don't get to pick which book it is, so always get all sorts with that one. Series. This one is really good because I have a lot of series started that I need to finish, and I'm going to be adding some of those on here, so that'll be good. Number in the title. This one came up a few months ago, and I don't really know how common this is. If it comes up and I don't have any books with numbers in the title, then I'll probably just pick a different one, but I like the creativity of that one. Then I have fantasy, an award winner. So far, this one hasn't been, giving me the best books. Seasonal vibes, so then I pick a book based on whatever season it is right now. Oh, I have a pretty cover. Highest rated, so this would be going on to Goodreads as well and figuring out which one's the highest rated. Then this one, author A to Z, is picking a random number, picking a random letter. I know the difference between letters and numbers. And then picking an author that falls under the letter that was way too hard to explain. I don't know. Then low star prediction. So this is whatever I think is going to be a low star, which I do have a shelf on the back here that I do think are like the lower stars. I've got middle grade, I've got mystery, I've got a one-word title, classic, and then I had made this one last time, but I don't think I actually had it added in there, and it is a library book. So yeah, I'm going to add this one in there because sometimes I have good books from the library, and if I have a TBR, if it's on my TBR list, then maybe I will actually prioritize those. So let's see here. I only took out audiobook, and then I'm left with 1, 2, 3. So now I'm left with 25. Although I think I'm like missing 1 or 2 because I'm supposed to have one that is a kid pick, where my kids pick my book for me. That one only came up once, and then it seems to have disappeared. So I wonder if there's other ones that have disappeared too. If I can't find that one in the next little while, I'll have to recreate that because my daughter had so much fun picking a book for me a few months ago. Okay, so that's that. Now we are going to remove a few books from here. So can you see the top there? I already know there's a book that I want to remove from the top. So how I have it laid out is these ones were kind of like the ones I was most excited about. These are like the second most. These ones are middle grade. And then in the back here I have classics, book, and then it's a little bit of nonfiction, and then the bottom is books that I'm not excited about at all. Books that I bought because they are popular titles and I've heard of them before, but I really don't think I'm going to enjoy. So why I bought them, I don't know. So, okay, I wanted to take this one off. This is The Snow Child. I really want to read this one, but to me this one has to be read in winter. So I'm going to take this one off for now. Speaking of winter, there's also Winter House. And yeah, that one also want to read, but I want to read it in winter, so those will come back on later. Let's see. I'm going to take off The Silhouette Girl. I have really low expectations for this one, and right now I have other books that I want on here. Same thing with The Forgetting. Unfolding. I don't remember anything about what that one's about. I mean, I want to keep a few books on here that I'm not really very confident in because that is kind of the fun of this, but I also want to make room for books that I know I'm going to like. So I think my middle grade books, other than that one, will probably... No, I'm going to take out one more. I'm going to take out The Revenge of Magic. And we'll flip it over. I don't think I have much for classics to add to here. So I think my classics shelf will actually just all stay. Oh, I forgot I have this L.M. Montgomery one. Hopefully I can read that one soon. Okay, this shelf is nonfiction and I don't know, books that I'm just kind of like, I think will be good, but for some reason I'm not prioritizing them. Okay. I'm going to take out Eat Dirt. I know I have a friend that really likes this book, but I'm not interested right now. So making space for something else. Yeah, we'll leave the rest of those. And this here is a shelf that I'm just dreading when these books come up. Okay. This one I only bought because it's set in Italy and I don't know, I've never been to Italy, but it sounds amazing. But that one's coming out for now. I think this one's going to come out for now. It's called The Memory of Love. I have no idea why I even actually bought this one. It was probably from the thrift store in about $1, so. I would really like to take out The Life of Pi, but I hear I should read it, and the guy that wrote it is from Saskatchewan, which is my province, so I feel like I should read that one. I'm going to take out The Spellbinder. This one should have been on my middle grade section, and I think we'll stop there for now. Now I'm going to go through and pick out books that I want to add in. I feel like I want to add in more than I have space for though. What else could I take out? I'm going to take out Wicked. My stack's gonna fall. Okay, and I'm gonna take out this one, both of me. Maybe that'll be enough space. I'm going to add in a couple books that I've started the series, as well as some books I recently bought. And yeah, I'm gonna go find those. Okay, so I found a stack of books and it's like almost exactly the same size as the ones I took off. So that was pretty good. Okay, let's just get started. I'll show you what they are and I'll put them in the cart. Except this first one is The Hero of Ages. This is Sanderson's third book in the Mistborn trilogy. Now I just finished the first book, Mistborn, at the beginning of this month, and I'm hoping to read The Well of Ascension before the end of this month. So then this one will go on the cart next. But Jared needs to read this first. So this is on the cart, but not physically on the cart right now. The same thing goes with this next book. I forgot to grab the dust jacket, and it's pretty, so you need to see it. The second book that this applies to is Witchwood. Just like bashed myself with the book. This is the second book after Furthermore. And I read Furthermore last month? Yeah, last month. And then Rika read it, and now she started Witchwood. So I want to read it too, but she's reading it first, so this one is also on the cart, but technically not yet. Then I picked out a couple Christian nonfiction. This one is called What's Best Next. This one was Jared's. It's by Matt Perman. The subtitle is How the Gospel Transforms the Way You Get Things Done. I like to be efficient, and I know he read this book years ago and said he thought that I would enjoy it. And for whatever reason, I started it and never finished it, so I'm going to try it. Let's see here. I think this is my mainly nonfiction section here. Let's see. I don't think the cart was quite made for this many books, or really books in general. There we go. I hope you enjoyed watching me struggle. Also a Christian nonfiction. This one is I Am Not, But I Know I Am. This one is by Louis Giglio. Same thing, Jared read this one years ago and I totally meant to. And I don't even think I ever started this one. So that will also go on the kind of nonfiction section there. Another one. This is Elizabeth Elliot's A Slow and Certain Light. I picked Elizabeth Elliot as my literary mentor a couple years ago, and a friend borrowed this book to me during that time. I don't know anything specifically about this book other than I love Elizabeth Elliot and her story and her character. And my camera battery is dying, so let's try to go fast here. This one is The Black Prism by Brent Weeks. I got this one at the thrift store. Know nothing about it other than it's fantasy. It will go on to a couple middle grade books. This one is called Free Verse, and I was hoping that it would actually be written in free verse. It's a middle grade novel, and it's not. So I have low expectations, but we'll try that one. Then The Red Pencil. I bought this one off a book outlet a while ago. It is set in Africa, and it is actually free verse, so I'm looking forward to this one. Then I just read the first book in the series. I read AD 30. Now I want to put AD 33 on the cart to get too soon by Decker. Then I want some Alexander McCall Smith on my cart. I read his first book or two. This is in the #1 Ladies Detective Agency series. I really enjoy this series. I like how he writes, this middle-aged British man writes a black African woman like really well. And I love his snippets of the country, and I think it's in Zimbabwe, if I remember correctly. But I really enjoyed his books that I've read so far. Then I have 3 Agatha Christie's. The Mystery of the Blue Train, The Mirror Cracked from Side to Side, and Perrault Loses a Client. I do have a number of Agatha Christie's on the other side of this cart already. Okay, so my battery totally did die, like right before the ending here. Agatha Christie is what I was talking about. I have a number of her on my cart, but she is one of my favorite authors. So I want to read all of her books that I have, and I constantly keep my eye out when I'm in the thrift stores looking for more. And I have 3 here. I think I have about 3 more on my shelf of hers that I haven't read as well. So one last book here, and this is Eldest. It is in the series, the first book is called Aragon. I'm not sure if it has a series name. And I think this one is book 2. I own all 4 books, and I'm pretty sure this one's book 2. I should look that up before I actually read it. But I will make sure I put whichever one is actually book 2 on here. I'm pretty sure it's this one. So this one is a fantasy book where well, the first one we followed a boy who got a dragon, and I'm assuming we kind of, follow in with the dragon theme here. So I'm going to add these to my cart, and then that will be my new TBR cart for now. I also need to make sure I add each of these titles into Goodreads as well. And yeah, if you have any book suggestions, I am constantly thrifting for books. I do have a rule for myself this year that I am going to spend under $100 in books on myself. So yeah, I'm not sure how well I will, well, no, I'm going to do it, but I'm not sure how hard it's going to be. I still have a little bit of birthday money left over, and I'm going to use that possibly for some books, and I'm going to not count that because it's not my own money, if that makes sense. But I will be very cheaply thrifting for books this next, 11 and a half months till my birthday next year. So yeah, there's my TBR cart. If you have any suggestions for other prompts that I should add in the future, books I should watch out for, or I don't know, just want to chat all bookish things, please do so in the comments. And if you could subscribe to my channel and like this video, that would really help me out. Thanks guys.